Hello and welcome, welcome, welcome. Man, there's a lot of information on the screen. I've been in the mood for some Spirit Island, a game where we're going to play as the fathomless mud of the swamp, this little mud otter, I don't know what it's called. And we're going to try fighting off England in a game of Spirit Island. So why don't I go ahead, I'm going to start the game. There's no special scenario. And then I'll talk about what this game is and how it works and everything like that. So basically, we are the spirit of this island, i.e. the Spirit Island, and what we are trying to do is, how do I say this, is kill the white man, basically. They're coming in, they're building cities, they're placing them in places, and we're going to do that by growing our presence, like reawakening the spirit of the land by putting these tokens out and powering up. For instance, this says how much energy we get per turn to play on cards. As I empty tokens, we will get all the way up to 3 energy, 4 energy, 5 energy, or we can only play 1 card per turn, but soon we'll be able to play 2, and then 3, and then so on and so forth. It's an interesting game. At your build locations, we also prevent the enemy from placing very big buildings. Instead, they put soldiers down. That's our special, and we have some cards. Over the course of the game, we're going to be growing our presence, like I said, adding cards out, and gaining power cards to let us do more interesting and expansive things. Our opponent is England, and they're on level 3, which is a 6 level difficulty. And that means that they're going to do a whole bunch of mean things. Basically, the way it works is our opponents will explore a tile, like they just have. Then they will build on that tile, building cities, settlements, what have you. And then they will ravage that tile, attacking the land, adding blight. It's very terrible. All very not good. We are a bit special in that we can defend the land by stopping them from building structures. By putting, it sounds like, 2 of my tokens there. And I also have a way of moving my tokens around a little bit faster, as you can see here. Move 1 from origin to target land if I play a blue card. If I play a moon and 2 blue cards and a gray, which I have moon and blue here, for instance, so playing both of these cards would be very good. We can get some additional benefits from our innate power, which we might do. So let's play a turn and see how this works. First thing I have to do is grow my presence. I'm going to add 2 tokens. I'm going to add both of them to this green tile to make sure when they build something, they build another unit instead of building a city or a settlement. So I'm going to put this down. I want to be able to play 2 cards this turn, so I pulled 1 of these. And then I'll pull you down because I want to get more income in the future. Now that we have 2 tiles in that location, we get the whole build actions will put people instead of buildings. Love that for us. Now we're choosing cards to play. What is this? Oh, our growth phase. We can go back to it. We want to play this. We want to play gather up to 2. If there are invaders present, do some fear and deal a damage. That'll be very helpful if the invaders spread out and go to the sands, for instance. We could get there, gather people, and kill them. And then that already gives us our blue for moving some tiles around. The next thing I wanted to do is this or this. This card is basically nothing, so let's do this one. And we're all set to go. So these are all blue powers, which means they're slow, which means they will happen after the enemy has taken their chance to build and explore. In the future, we can play red cards, which allow us to go before that. So I'm finished playing. The fast phase goes. I have no fast cards. It should just end. Now the invaders are going to go. They're going to build in the jungle. They built a soldier there instead of a building. Then invaders are going to explore. They are exploring the sands. I just happen to have guessed correctly on that one. And what else? And that's the whole thing. This card in the future can go... It has a range of 1. If we look at it, it's fast and has a range of 1. So I'm thinking in the future, we're going to look to protect this area with the red card, which means next turn we need to expand to be closer. Let's see. So we know we want to... I'm trying to figure out what we want to do. Gather up to 2 Dahan. If invaders are present, we get to kill them, right? Hurt them. That's kind of nice. We can push up to 2 explorers in a land with invaders. Is there a way for us to do 2 damage? We have 1 damage here and 1 damage here. It's a little tricky. I was thinking that we could move some tiles into here so that we're adjacent to the green one in the future. So let's do that. I'm going to select this and be like, I'm going to move a tile here. It's going to damage this one. Then we're going to come here and we're going to gather 2. I guess I'll gather from here and here. That's enough for them to destroy that city. Destroying the city removes some invaders from the board, which is nice, but it can also help to generate fear. And when we get fear cards, and fear cards help push the enemy out of the map. This is going to additionally create a fear at range 2. I don't know where to shove them. Perhaps down here. So now they are going to be ready to ravage the green, which is in trouble right now. They are going to be building on the sand areas, which is a little nasty. We'd love to add presence to the sand area, but we actually can't get 2 presence there fast enough to stop them from building anything fancy. I do want to add a presence, get energy, and everything like that. So the 2 energy is going to help us pay for our defensive card. If we add a presence, I don't think I need earth. Most of my powers need water. So I'm going to get more... Yeah, I don't know how to do this. I'm going to get presence here in the corner. And then let's go ahead. We don't have very much money. So when we gain a power card, we're going to gain a minor power. And we'll see what that gives us. We want powers that align with these symbols. The blue, white, and gray. So we have a couple here that have blue. But this is very bad for us. This is like a very good item for, how do I say it? A very good item for multiplayer games where you have lots of different spirits. This is interesting. If the terror level is 2 or lower, and the first ravage in the target land this turn becomes a build there instead. Call to trade. Target, you may gather 1. I don't really want the ravages to become trade. We've protected this location. We plan on defending that one. No, I don't want to look at that. So I guess we're looking at one of these 2, even though they don't have blue. 1 damage per blight. There is blight here, but not where we're attacking, and we don't want to rely on blight, though it might happen. I think that means that we want this. 1 fear, 1 damage, destroy the Dahan, that's our people, our little mushroom huts, and if the target land is jungle or sands, we're going to do an extra damage. So I think that this is going to work out really well, because he's going to build a little city here, and we can devour that with the ants. And then here they're going to attack the land, which would normally kill some Dahan. But if the Dahan survive, which they will if we put a defense down, the Dahan will counterattack at a strength of 2 each, and that will be enough to wipe out these invaders. So, once again, let's go ahead and say here, add a little bit of fear, invader phase. It's a stage 1 of fear, so we get this event to happen, which is each spirit has at least one fear for each spirit that has at least 1 place of power. We have a double. After advancing invader cards, add 1 to each land. Okay, so they're going to end up adding extra people here, unfortunately. So we do get a fear. And then at the bottom, there's a beast attack. Each beast deals 2 damage. Remove any token that destroys a building. So that's okay. It's going to kill a unit, and it's not going to kill the dog. And then on each board, add 1 to a mountain or sand. We only have 1 choice, so it has to go down there. Each player removes 1 from a coastal land. Normally, this would be incredible because we would be removing a unit from this land here. And to build buildings, which is about to happen, not having a unit there means they don't get to build. So they wouldn't get to build in the sand, they don't get to build in the sand, and we're already on our way to winning the game. How incredible. In reality, we're playing against England, which has this very annoying thing, which is on each board. Oh, sorry, that's the escalation. Stage 2, that's coming. Invader build actions affect lands without invaders if they are adjacent to at least 2 before the build action. During setup on each board, add a big city, and then high migration puts high migration to the left of the ravage, which means that there's going to get an extra build phase because they are England. So basically, this sand here, they aren't going to get to build because there is only 1 city, but this location has 2. So even when I remove someone from here, which, I mean, we can do, it's not that helpful because they still get the build. So they're attacking the jungles. They attack here, but we have a defense, so the Dahan fight back, as expected. They build here, but not in that sand, which honestly is okay. And then they explore the wetlands. So what we want to make sure that they do is they don't get to build anything that... Ooh, I wonder if I should destroy a Dahan. This is 1 damage, but if it's jungler or sands, it's +1. Yeah. I want to stop the enemy from building. I'm not going to get to do a damage. So devouring ants here. I lose a Dahan, which sucks because they're not strictly allied to me, but they help me resist the invaders. And then I don't want them building in this wetland. I don't want them building in any location, but right now this seems to be the one to fight. So here I am. I have 1 card. It's not that good. So what I'm going to do is actually build or reclaim my cards by clicking this button. It only lets me grow by 1, but that's okay. And And then we have to think about what we want to do. Most of our items are pretty slow. The devouring ants could be very helpful at killing some things here. Gather up to 2 and deal some damage. That's kind of nice. The vapors are good for pushing people away. Unfortunately, this area is going to be in very big doo-doo very soon. I don't know that the earth helps me this round. Because again, I need 3 water, and I can't even play 3 cards, and I don't get a water unless I come up to here. So let's just get extra energy this time. And that's fine. They're not... I want to undo. Oh, oh, never mind. I went further than I expected. I could have clicked on this guy, I guess, is what they were trying to tell me. So, recover my cards and add a token. I'm going to add it here because my marching ants are better at attacking the jungle and the sands. So preventing a build here is more important. Then we get the devouring ants to eat what they build in the jungle. We don't have to defend either of the sands. We do need to gather some people and do a damage. Or we could push up to 2. This only has 1 structure, so they wouldn't actually build here if I were to shove him over. Still, I think it's better for us to gather. This is enough. Because Devouring Ants doesn't have water, we're still not going to get the benefit of our innate power, which is to do 1 damage and push. Is that okay? Probably. So let's see. On coastal land, each board, move 1 city. On a coastal land, on each board, move 1... Oh, God. I don't want it here, because then they'll build a fancy thing. So I have to move you all the way back here. Oh, God. On each board, choose a land and deal damage to invaders and Dahan. That's this one here. During Ravage, every land defends 1 per Dahan. There's no ravaging that is happening for me. This is interesting, though, because skip all building lands with cities. Okay. That's huge, actually. So they're not building here. So then they got this thing here, this Explorer, which says, on a board with any buildings, build on a land with the most. How annoying. I get to choose. I could choose this jungle because it's not doing anything. No, no, no. Undo, 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 undo. Because I don't want him to build there. It'll build a city. And I clicked this location, but it canceled the build? Interesting. By selecting this, the build failed. Or no, it did build, but it only, I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. Skip all build actions in lands with cities. But then I clicked it to make a build action happen. So that didn't stop it. But I don't know why it made a man instead of... And I don't know why it didn't consume this token. There's like many questions I have. So, devouring ants can be used in a couple of places. Again, sands and jungles are where it's most effective. So we do it here, and that destroys building. That creates fear. That's just very good. By calling in the Dahan here, we are uniquely positioned to come in here and deal 1 damage, which can destroy a city that took 2 damage from this event. So we are jumping on that. That is creating a tremendous amount of fear. Now we can move one of our tokens into a land, presumably where they'll be building, which is either here or back here. I'm going to move into this location and spread ourselves out. Though it would have been nice to get out of this location because they're about to attack it for a tremendous amount. Cities would have more health if they were higher up on the build. So it doesn't seem like they attack any stronger. I think Sweden has better tools, so like their cities hit hard. Right now they're attacking for 6 in this location and 2 in this location. I have a defense of 5, which is great. But I don't have anything for this right now. So gaining an extra card makes sense. The question again is, do I try and get more cards to be playable, or do I unlock this water? And I think we unlock this water and we put it in this mountain region to stop you from building a city. Then we gain a power card. I'm willing to gain a major power because I'm going to have a lot of energy here this turn. And I have to throw out a card when I pick one. So what is this? Push all people and settlements 1 land towards the nearest ocean. If the target land is coastal, destroy all all people and settlements. That's insanely good. I could do that in a lot of places that would make me happy, quite frankly. The other water one we have is the Blood Rack Plague. Add 2 things. For each in target land, defend 1 in target land, and all adjacent lands. Oh, wow. So this is very good, and it could stop this from being a problem and defend everything else while we're at it. That's very interesting, because I don't have anything else to stop this from being a problem. Then the other ones we could do is slow. For each in target lands, we do damage. I don't really use these symbols or these factors. Insatiable Swarm of Hunger. Add Blight. We don't like that. Add a lot of animals. Each animal does fear and 2 damage to invaders and damage to Dahan. So this is pretty sick if you go heavy into this fear and savagery. I really don't want to add Blight, though. It would be doing 3 damage if I did it beside... Again, no, I just don't want to. So I think we actually are wealthy enough to do the fast one. I have to throw out a card. This card here is basically if I have friends. I don't have any friends, so we're not going to play it. So you here and you here are both good to go. And that gets us 2 levels. We're missing 1 water from getting to the next level, right? 1, 2, 3. No, we're missing 1 moon. And we would get a moon if we unveiled more stuff. That's fine. That's fine. We're happy with this. So this plague is going to prevent build actions and defend, and it defends 2 in a tremendous number of places. And then here we're going to defend 5, just so that we don't get blighted. It's not a great turn for us, but it's okay. During the explore step, invaders... You're too fast. Invaders explore at +1 distance. Boo. So 2 lands away from cities, oceans, or explore. So basically the whole board. Grim Toll on each board. Choose a land with things in that land. Do 2 damage and 2 damage to Han. Very unlucky. I guess I get to choose the land, though. And then 1 fear per land with invaders where Dahan outnumber the cities. So that actually will happen in a lot of places. Deal 2 damage. So it's either here or here. Again, I kind of want them to attack and die. So we'll do it here. Even if I lose a Dahan, it kind of sucks. And then Dahan outnumbers in 1 place. And we're on terror level 2. So how do you win this game? You basically up the terror level. Nope, go away. The terror level. Originally, we had to kill every single white piece on the board, explorers, settlements, and cities. Now we only have to kill settlements and cities. If we get to the next terror level, we'll only have to kill all the cities. And finally, we'll just win the game outright. We get terror cards by killing enemies and playing cards that have fear on them. So that's what we're doing. We get a defend 2 in all lands for free from a demoralized invader. And then the invader attacks and dies in a couple different places. Not bad. Click a land to build in with England. I guess this land here, they are going to build again, but like there's only so much I can do. Now it's our slow phase. We do have this event, which is to arrive somewhere, damage it, and push the Dahan around. I guess we go into here where they're going to be building. They're also building here, so that's fine. 1 damage, we just kill 1 explorer. Would be lovely if we had 2 damage, but what do we want to do? Probably reclaim cards, unfortunately. That means that we can put... I want to be able to play more cards per turn. So it probably makes sense to start going down this path. And because they're going to be building in this type of territory, we should go here. Devouring Ants is okay because we'll likely be able to move our location. To be able to target this sand after they build in it. Another one that's nice is gathering Dahan and doing some damage. Adds 2 to the anti-build and then defends a whole bunch. I love adding 2, but it's very expensive. So if I did that here, though, it would defend this area for 4. Just because I'm stacking them up. Oh, that's very interesting. I didn't realize how thick this could really get, this plague. Because that outdoes the need for this one. But for now, I think it's better to do this. And I really want to play a water item to get an additional damage out of this. But I just can't. I want to attack this location with the ants. So that's fine. We're going to be basically defending this location, attacking over here, or attacking here. Yeah, this is fine. We'll see what happens. We're going to defend the one place that they're attacking, ravaging, which is this mountain. That's going to give some fear. We are on fear level 2, so invaders do 3 damage per land when ravaging lands with locations. That is not good. That is very bad. That did nothing for me. Each spirit with at least 3 Dahan among its land may use a slow power instead of light. So I need to do that. I don't have 3 among my lands. I have 2. So we're going to get hurt here, right? Yeah. Because they got +1 damage in locations. How terrible for me. Choose a place for them to build in. I mean, they're making a lot of soldiers. So that was terrible in a lot of ways. We know that they're building. They're ravaging over here, right? Like, that's what's making me a little spooky. Feeling spooky about it. I could try and defend all of these lands with another plague that I put down over here or something. So perhaps I just attack this location to kill the city instead of worrying about coming over here. And then I can move my settlement guy over. And again, I get to push. So I could put you here, and you would potentially fight back against these guys. Or I could put you over here. Jeez, I really don't know, man. We know they're ravaging this location next, so we'll move you there. It's fine. They're ravaging here, they're ravaging here. I don't have very many fast powers. Despite that, I could put 2 anti-build things here, and that would be enough to stop both of those ravages. Which means I could spend my turn. Can I get to 5 power? Probably if I put you down and then I choose another spot. I like to be where the Dahan is, apparently, because then I get a benefit. I could also be going into this mountain. For now, I'll come here. So let's play all of our cards. They're ravaging both sand locations. So if we just defend both. This is what I did like last time, and it didn't quite work. Each born in land with exactly 1 that has an adjacent city. So they're going to be stealing my frickin' people. Ah, that's annoying. Deals 2 damage. That killed a guy. Reckless offensive. On each board, choose a land with at least 2 Dahan and 2 cities. I don't have that. That's good, though, because it didn't create any more blight. Each player adds this to a light for the rest of the turn. Invaders have -1. This is the only place that's attacking, so I just don't want them to do very much damage. Alright, they're going to build in this land. Again, they're making so many individual duders. Oh, God. And they're exploring into the jungle. Why didn't they attack? Oh, they did attack. They just... Oh, I just didn't have anything to kill them with. So wait a second. If I push into this land, I can kill that. No? I thought they would have 1 less damage. Or 1 less health. I thought that we had an event that did 1 less health. But I guess it said for the rest of the turn. Maybe it meant for the fast phase. For some reason, the board is a little messed up. Can I resume game, please? Alright, a location with invaders, push them away. Deal a damage. Yeah, I can't quite seem to make that work. No matter what they're going to build in here. I don't know. I guess I could push you out of this land because right now they aren't attacking. And then we could move you in here. And then we could gather the Dahan from the corner. And that would do another fear. And then we destroy a building. And yeah, years go by, things happen. So this is an insane location. Everything here is going off the rails. I don't know what that means for me. I certainly have to reclaim my cards. Getting 5 power right now is awesome, but it's actually not enough. It's basically what I have to do, though. They're building in jungles. Yeah, okay. So, like, they're going to attack for so much. And I cannot, even with, like, this plague, I would be adding 4 defend. And then if I could add another 5. And that would be the 9 defend in this location. It wouldn't be getting us ahead. So, instead, we need to focus on hurting them in other ways. Which is nasty. They can't build here because they don't have cities nearby. They can build here, and no matter what, they'll be able to build here. That means that we should be attacking this place with ants to destroy their buildings. It means that we should be potentially pushing them away. We could even be shifting things around. We could have chosen, instead of getting a power, we could have gotten a moon. And I think that's what we should have done. So undo all those things and get us a moon. And now I still have enough to go for you, you, and you. There's no point in defending. I just can't defend 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, plus 3 more. But this gives our invader power multiple attack points. If I just had one more green, it would also be it. But I'm not willing to get rid of you to play you. I don't think that makes sense. It's 2 more damage, though. Where this is, if both are present, deal 1 damage. Still, I think it's nice to move people around. So I have nothing to do that's fast. All right, what's this? Years of Little Rain. If the water dies... Oh, God, what is this? For each board, discard the top minor power. If it lacks a water symbol, add a blight. And locations have -1 health this turn. Or, at the cost of 4 energy, aided by water, I can add one of my people to lands with Dahan. Ease the drought. We're not really looking to destroy that many buildings. I could discard items, or I could pay energy. I'll pay a single energy to ease the drought. And then I can throw down one of these 2 tokens into a land with Dahan. We don't know. All the level 3 cards are still in play. So let's just get more power. All right. Explore does not affect coastal lands. Lands with this are what? Are not a source for exploration. Cool. So they attacked, they killed, that hurt. Invaders are going to try and explore. They're exploring 2 locations at the same time now because we're at level 3. But also we're getting a lot stronger. So I wanted to use Devouring Ants. There's a lot of things I want to do, actually. There's so many things I want to kill. Because right now they only basically have the 1 city. So like if no, they're going to build in this no matter what. I'm like, I can Devouring Ants over here, you know, that kills a location. Woohoo. Then if we could just gather. Like, I think you want to come in here, do a couple of damage, move these guys into the forest. Then you can tell these guys to, like, run away into the forest. And then we can do even more damage by gathering. Or no, undo. Because right now they can't build in this land if they're not actually present. So we're going to gather like this. And that'll kill that guy. Okay. We want to keep growing. Probably getting another major power. So major power. With this has everything in it. Holy. So this is defend 6 and downgrade a bunch of cities. That's kind of nice. It plays into this red power thing that we've been talking about. Range 3, you can basically do it anywhere. A fear and downgrading. You can play a card twice. Very expensive. But I could do this on the blood thing, right? If I had 8 power in a turn, I could play it twice. Right now they're not ravaging this location anymore. But that's okay. They want to build here. They want to build here. How much blight is left in the game? I don't even know where to say it. I have 1 blight left. If 1 more blight gets placed, we are screwed. No. Undo. Gets 2 power. I don't want to move things around like that. The downgrading and adding fear seems really nice, but so does the plague. Like doubling this means that even if you put it on a place with nothing, it gets up to... Even if you get to a place with nothing... Yeah, Power Storm me. A card in the discard. Where is my discard? How do I see it? Discard. Where's my discard? Okay, it's here. This button. So I can get rid of my Devouring Ants at this point, or a couple other things. I mean, these all have water and mountain, so I want to keep them. Let's get rid of the Devouring Ant. And then are we good to go? We have to add a presence. So they're building in Sands and everywhere else. Just go ahead and just put you here. That'll make sure you don't build anything fancy. And then you and you is all I can throw in. Because I want to do this one twice. Well, I guess that's not even doing that much damage. You're going to ravage and die. Then you're not going to build anywhere. I shouldn't need to Power Storm. So if I just use you, that'll upgrade my movement ability. Yeah, I just don't have to Power Storm. It's a great card to have, but I don't need to have it. And again, they're ravaging here, 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 and here. None of those locations have enough attack for anything. Let's flip the event. In a land with the most invaders, push 1 to each adjacent land. Okay, annoying. Beast on the prowl. Each beast generates 1 fear if they're present. And then on each board, push 2 Dahan from a land with to a land without. No! This is... You were supposed to defend and kill everyone in this land, boys. Each player may gather into a coastal land, defend 2 in coastal land. So we want to... The ravaging... They can't build in this sand if we pull them out. So we want to pull them out of here. You can push up to 3. from an inland land. I mean, I don't like care to do this, quite frankly. But sure, we'll keep stacking them in this one location, which is a bit of a problem, but that's fine. They're exploring the mountains and the jungles. How do I can do a bunch of damage and push people around. So come here. And then move you guys into this mountain. Spirits grow in power. I need to reclaim. I can move a token around. Mountain and jungle is where it's happening. And I have 7 power. So again, like this is all of it. Because they're ravaging the jungle. Again, I don't feel like I have to power storm my plague. If I just do the plague. Where are they even attacking? They're only attacking here. They're only attacking here, but the plague is good because it adds a lot. I guess I could wait to use you next turn with a lot of power. They're building in mountains and jungles. I mean, I have the power to do it all, right? That's the big thing. So I could try and stop them from building in all these places. I could just keep building up the plague in this location. And just getting as much fear as possible. Right now, we're going to be able to move our piece and do 4 damage. So if that kills the city, we might even win. But for now, 4 defense everywhere on this big old plague. And then again, jungle, sands, jungle. If I can haul everyone into here, that'd be great. So yeah, killing the city means we win. Rising interest in the land. So if we have purple in play, which we barely do, return the top fear card to the box. During the next normal ravage phase, each thing does more damage. Or I can ignore. Return the top of the invader deck to the box. On each board, add 1 to a land without 1. I mean, we can do that here. Ignore curiosity. Add 1 to a jungle without. If invaders are present, add fear. There are none. A land with the Han that people won't explore into. Do it here. Lands with thing have 2 to 2. Yeah, okay. I mean, I have so much extra defend, but they're not really attacking that much. They're exploring a ton. But yeah, we can gather, we can do damage. I think the most important thing, though, is if we come in here, we can attack the city, and that should win us the game. Because they have no cities on the board. And there you go. We just set it up. We just had to not lose. We were very close. We had 1 blight left in our pool. So if they had another big attack on our land, we would have been in big doo-doo problems. But instead, we beat the enemy. We attacked them in a way that made sense. We were the mud lad. So if we look at details here, Difficulty 6, score 43. I guess we can look at our statistics, right? We won. I've only played one, or maybe 1-1, 3-2. Okay, so I've won 1, lost 1. England oftentimes is an even fight. Lots of powers used. We did a water build, which is not often what I do. Apparently sunlight and moon are the things I do the least. And ferocity. I do a lot in the game that is fire and earth and stuff. Very cool. Fear generated. Killed a lot of people. I think that what made this run sick for us, I didn't even realize, is the fact that we had no firm foundations meant that they weren't building buildings, and England is all about building spam, right? We made buildings turn into soldiers, so England had so many soldiers, but that didn't allow them to build at a distance and stuff like that, because they're soldiers. They're not able to give them all their bonuses and stuff, so it was a pretty good matchup for us, I must say. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you next time. Ciao for now.